Have you ever looked at someone else's life and felt a sudden, sharp pain in your chest? You know that feeling. You open your phone, you scroll for a few seconds, and suddenly, you feel like you are behind. You see someone younger than you, making millions, someone getting married, or someone just looking happier than you. In that split second, you feel small. You feel like a spectator in your own life. You start to think, what am I doing wrong? Why am I not there yet? If you have ever felt this weight, I need you to listen very closely, because that feeling is lying to you. Today, I am going to share a story with you. It is a simple story, but if you truly understand its meaning, it will completely shift the way you see yourself. It will prove to you that being small is actually your greatest advantage. Do not skip a second of this, because we are about to change your perspective forever. Once upon a time, on a rugged coastline, beaten by the waves of a dark, stormy sea, there stood a magnificent lighthouse. It was Uge. Its tower pierced the clouds, and every night, its massive light swept across the ocean, cutting through the darkness 4 miles. Ships far out at sea looked for it. Captains relied on it. The lighthouse was famous, strong, and admired by everyone who saw it. Just a few hundred yards away from this lighthouse, there was a tiny, humble cottage, and inside that cottage, sitting on a wooden table near the window, was a small wax candle. Every night, the candle would look out the window at the lighthouse. It would see that brilliant beam of light sweeping across the world, and then it would look at its own tiny, flickering flame. The candle felt embarrassed. It felt worthless. The candle thought to itself, look at him. He is saving ships. He is standing tall against the wind. Everyone knows him. And look at me. I am just a small lump of wax. My light barely reaches the corner of this room. If he went out, no one would even notice. I am insignificant. The candle spent its days in sadness, constantly comparing its small flame to the giant blaze of the lighthouse. It wished it could be bigger, brighter, and more important. One night, the storm of the century hit the coast. The wind howled like a beast, and the rain hammered against the ground. The storm was so fierce that it knocked down power lines all over the village. The electricity in the cottage went out, plunging the inside of the house into total, pitch-black darkness. Inside that cottage lived a doctor. This doctor had been working for years on a cure for a rare sickness that was affecting the village children. On this specific night, he was on the verge of a breakthrough. He had the formula in his mind, and he needed to write it down before he lost the train of thought. But suddenly, the lights died. He couldn't see his paper. He couldn't see his pen. He was stuck in the dark. The doctor looked out the window. He saw the magnificent lighthouse beaming its light across the ocean. It was beautiful. It was powerful. But here's the thing. The lighthouse's light was too high and too far away. It could save the ships on the ocean, but it could not shine into the doctor's room. It could not help him write the formula that would save the village. Desperate, the doctor fumbled around in the dark until his hand touched the small wax candle. He struck a match and lit the wick. The candle's flame was small. It didn't reach the ocean. It didn't reach the clouds. But it filled the room with a warm, golden glow. It gave just enough light for the doctor to see his paper. Under that tiny light, the doctor finished his work. That night, the lighthouse saved the ships, but the candle saved the village. Why did I tell you this story? Because right now, you are acting just like that candle. You are looking at the lighthouses of the world. You are looking at influencers, celebrities, successful friends, and people who seem to be shining on a massive scale. You see their reach, their money, and their fame, and you think, my light is too small. I am not making a difference. I am a failure. But you are missing the point of your existence. The lighthouse has a purpose, yes, but the lighthouse cannot do what the candle can do. A massive floodlight is useless if you need to read a book in a quiet room. It would blind you. There are people in your life, your family, your children, your friends, maybe even strangers you meet who cannot be reached by the celebrities you admire. Elon Musk cannot comfort your friend who is going through a breakup. A famous YouTuber cannot sit with your child when they are afraid of the dark. Only you can do that. When you compare yourself to others, you are judging a fish by its ability to climb a tree. You are judging a candle by its ability to guide a ship. It is not just unfair to you, It is an insult to your own potential. We live in a world that is obsessed with big numbers, big houses, big followers. But life is actually lived in the small moments. The most impactful things you will ever do will likely be quiet. It might be a kind word to a stranger, a project you finish that helps a few clients, or simply being a stable presence for someone who is falling apart. If the candle had blown itself out because it wasn't a lighthouse, the doctor would have remained in the dark. If you give up because you aren't viral or rich yet, who will be left in the dark because you refuse to shine your light? This brings me to a realization that many of us ignore. We spend so much energy trying to be someone else that we forget who we are. I was scrolling through YouTube the other day, and I saw a video that had millions of views. It was titled, "Stop Comparing Yourself to Others." You might have seen similar titles. And the reason a video with that title goes so viral is that we are all sick. We are sick with the disease of comparison. But I want to take that title and flip it for you. It's not just about stopping the comparison. It is about realizing that comparison is logically impossible. You are watching someone's chapter 20 while you are on chapter 1. Or, even worse, you are watching someone else's highlight reel while you are living your behind the scenes. You see their smiles, their vacations, and their wins. You don't see their anxiety, their debt, or their lonely nights. When you look at that viral concept of stop comparing yourself to others, understand this. The only valid comparison is you versus you. Are you wiser than you were yesterday? Are you kinder than you were last year? If the answer is yes, then you are winning. So, from today, I want you to make a promise to yourself. When you catch yourself feeling small, remember the candle. Being small does not mean being weak. Being small often means being precise, being focused, being close enough to the problem to actually solve it. Do not extinguish your light just because it doesn't look like a firework. The world has enough fireworks. They are loud, and they fade quickly. The world needs more steady candles. Focus on your lane. Water your own grass. If you spend all your time staring at your neighbor's garden, yours will die of thirst. You have a purpose that is uniquely yours. No one else can take your place, and no one else can do what you are here to do. Trust your timeline. Trust your journey. And never, ever let the size of someone else's light make you doubt the power of your own. If this story helped you see your value a little clearer today, please take a second to like this video so it can reach other candles who need to hear this. And if you want to build a mind that is bulletproof against negativity, hit that subscribe button and join us here at DailyFire Mindset. We are building a community of people who refuse to burn out. Thank you for watching, and keep shining.